Hello fashion designers, come closer. Today I want us to make this trendy bubu kaftan with ruched sides or drawstrings at the sides. You can either wear it as a gown, that means you make it longer, or as a top like this to be worn over a pair of trousers. So guys, join me, let's dive into the process. So this is the Ankara I'm going to be using. So I began by folding my Ankara into two and then folding it again into two. So it is folded into four, meaning we are cutting the front and the back together. So on the bust line, I'm going to place my bust measurement divided by 4 plus extra 3 inches. The same for the hip and the ankle, or wherever the top is ending. So my neck measurement is 3.5 inches by 3.5. For my shoulder slope, I went down by 2 inches. And I'm drawing a line right up to the neck. So for the shoulder line, I'm adding half an inch of seam allowance. And for the armhole, I'm measuring 10 inches plus half inch of seam allowance, and I'm going to go in by 1 inch. So my armhole is a bit slanted inwards. This gives a better fitting. So from where the armhole ends, I'm going to draw a curved line to meet with the waistline. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my back neckline of 3.5 by 1 inch, and then I'll go ahead and cut the back neck first, and then I'll cut out the entire dress. And after separating them, I'm going to go ahead and cut the front neckline. So here we have our front and back pieces already cut. So I'll go ahead now and cut the linings or the interfacing for the necklines. For the front part, I'm going to be cutting a longer interfacing because I'll put a placket at the front of this bubu. So I'm going to measure 15 inches for the length of my placket, and I'm going to cut my interfacing to be a bit below that 15 inches. So this is it. I'm going to cut it out. So this is the interfacing for the front neckline. So we are going to go ahead and cut the interfacing for the back neckline as well. So I'm folding my fabric into two. I'll place my back neck on it. I draw out my neck, and then I'm going to draw about 1.5 inches all around, and then I will cut. So the next thing I'm going to cut is the pocket. So I'm going to be putting 2 pockets on each side of this bubu. So I measure 8 inches for the mouth of the pocket, and then I place my hand and cut my pocket all around. So this is how we are going to begin the sewing. We are going to place each facing on the neckline, both sides facing each other. Then we are going to stitch it, turn it, and use hemming gum to iron it so that it lies flat on the dress. For the front part, since I'm going to be putting a front placket, I'm using this simple method where I'll turn the neck round, then I'll sew down. I'll sew a small rectangle down and slash it through, turn it before I place my placket on it. So I'm going to be making a front slit right down to where the placket will end. So I've gone ahead and stitched it. This is the front part. You can see the front slit. Let me turn it. So when you turn it, this is how it looks. So I'm going to hem it with, I'm going to iron it with hemming gum. I've already gone ahead and ironed the back and the front with my hemming gum, and it's already looking neat. You can see the slit. So I'm going to place my placket on that slit. So after placing my placket, I'm going to measure the position of my pockets from the shoulder. So I measure 18 inches from the shoulder and 7 inches for the entrance of the pocket. So I'm going to measure for both sides. So I'm just tapping on it so that it prints on the other side. So that is the position of my pockets. So this is how I'm going to place my pockets. After placing my pockets, I will go ahead and join the shoulder lines. But let me quickly show you how I made my placket. So I use this flourish part of the Ankara. I measured 3 inches by 15 inches long, and I also cut a lining for it. I'm going to iron my paper stiff on the fabric, and then I will turn it with my lining. So I'm going to sew it around, leaving one edge open. So after turning and ironing it, I'm going to place it on this slit like this. Make sure it is straight and not tilted to one side. So I'm going to place it like this. I'll sew this side, fold the edge, sew like this, and come up and end it midway. And the rest I'm going to put press buttons. So I'll put about 2 press buttons there. So I've taken it to the machine, and this is the outcome. You can see it, one side is a bit open so that you don't have difficulties passing it through the head. So I've already put my pockets both on the front and back, and I've already joined my shoulder lines as well. So now we are going to go ahead and join the sides of this bubu. So I'm going to begin by folding my arm round on both sides, and then we are going to close the sides. We are closing the sides and the pocket at the same time, so we are going round the pocket and going down. So I've gone ahead and closed the sides of my bubu gown. So I'm going to quickly turn it to the good side so that we can see how it looks. So this is the look, and from here the next thing we are going to do is to cut our drawstrings. You can see the pockets. I've already hemmed the edges or the lower part as well. So I'm going to bring in another fabric and we are going to cut the drawstring. So I'm measuring 2 inches and I'll make the strings very long. So I'm cutting 4 strings all together. So after cutting, I'm going to fold it into 2, stitch one side, and then I'll turn it over to the good side. And I'll give it a thorough ironing. So these are the strings already prepared. So I'm going to show you how to attach these strings to the sides of your bubu gown. So let's go back to the inner part. You can see the sewing allowance inside. For this style to come out well, you need to leave enough sewing allowance so that it can cover the strings. So this is how we are going to place 2 strings on each side of the sewing allowance. And make sure you fold the hem before attaching the strings. So we are attaching it on the sewing allowance and we are going to stitch it all down, making sure your thread does not touch the strings inside. So this is our dress completely done. You can see the press buttons I've put. So we are going to see the inside. You can see it looking neat. So let's try to draw our strings and see the outcome. So I'm going to pull it up like this and then I will tie the strings. So you can decide to make your strings to begin from maybe your waist downwards or any position you like, depends on the effect you want, or you can draw it a bit or as much as you want. So this is how I'm going to tie my strings, and you can see our bubu is complete. Beautiful, right? So I'm going to put it on a mannequin so that we see the outcome. Thank you guys for watching. If you have not liked this video, please don't forget to like. Don't go away without liking this video. Click on the like button and share your views in the comments section. Also share this video to your friends and family so that they can come and learn. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more interesting videos on this channel. Bye bye.